for consumer grade would have been about a 9 to 12 month project, given the complexities of it and things like that. But looking at what we had 4 years, and we thought that was plenty of time. So my experience with Chrysler Jeep has been from the outside looking in, but a little bit on the inside. It's been fun because in 2016 we actually had the opportunity to go out and meet with Chrysler and pitch an idea to them, which was to add a removable audio component to their vehicles. At that time we were looking at the Jeep Wrangler, and as we went through the program with them, it actually got proposed that we do the same project, but instead of the Jeep Wrangler, in the new Gladiator that was coming out in 2020. So at that point, we obviously had some stiff competition. We had to bid the componentry up against a couple of other vendors that Chrysler was using at the time, and we were selected for the program. And at that point, we had basically 4 years to develop this program, which was, in our minds, a long time. Now, to give you a little bit of background, I do product development for a lot of different companies, and typically a component like this that we were working on for consumer grade would have been about a 9 to 12 month project, given the complexities of it and things like that. But looking at what we had 4 years, and we thought that was plenty of time. The interesting thing is that the automotive certification and safety systems that are in the programs are a lot more difficult, a lot more complicated than, say, for a consumer good, something like that might go into a Verizon store or a Walmart or a Best Buy. Those programs are much easier, and the certification is a lot lower because the components are not being subject to the same types of temperatures and heats and things like that. So we started down this program, and we actually partnered with a company called Alpine, and because they were the head unit supplier for the vehicle. So the head units where your stereo is, your radio, your climate control interface, things like that. And so we partnered with them because they were developing the front half of the vehicle, and we were going to be helping with this removable audio component. And as we were doing it, part of the program was to do safety, environmental studies, crash test studies, and things like that. And actually it took that full 4 years, and we were still tight at the end of that because we thought we were going to be a little bit faster. But it turned out that it needed all that time because of all the certification processes that were involved. Before that, the most certification-heavy program that we had ever looked at was actually Verizon. Verizon requires a lot of extra work on the back end of their programs before you get into it, but automotive was actually a lot more difficult, a lot more complicated, just as a result of the safety requirements that are involved. So going in through that program was a lot of fun because we got the opportunity to start interfacing with some of the guys at Jeep, Chrysler, and we started coming down to Easter Jeep Safari, and it opened my eyes to more than just a brand, but it's a lifestyle. It's really interesting how nice the community is. It doesn't matter if you're in a Jeep, if you're in a Toyota, if you're in a Dodge or anything else. The people here want everyone to succeed, want everyone to have fun doing it. The only time I've ever seen any type of hostility is when people are not respecting the trail or not respecting the environment or other people. But as long as there's a mutual respect there, people tend to be uplifting and really want people to do well, regardless of what type of a vehicle you're driving. And the off-road community has grown a lot, especially with COVID. We've seen a lot more people that want to get out, do things more so on the weekends rather than just big trips or rentals. And it's been really fun to see the world of off-roading grow. And it's interesting because even in my own home, I went from having really off-road vehicle was just a family vehicle to now toy vehicles and things like that, because it is a lot more fun to get out and play. And the more you get into it, the more things you want to challenge yourself, the more skills you learn, the more things you want to build and develop. And being a product developer, product designer, it's always a challenge to hold yourself back. In 2020, I built the 7-passenger Gladiator for our family, and it was really fun seeing the concept here from SEMA from 21 that is a reference of that 7-passenger concept that we did back in 2020. And as you work through different types of programs, you get to see lots of different perspectives, whether it's a vehicle or electronics component or a soft good component, molded componentry. It's really fun, but really what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of good happening in the off-road community right now. There's a lot of growth, and Really, it's all about you getting out and doing what you're wanting to do and having fun doing it. And as long as you respect other people and what they're trying to do, be patient, be kind. Everyone has room on the trail, and it's a ton of fun. So get out, have fun. Come check out these Easter Jeep Safari vehicles and maybe get one.